Rain hammered down in relentless sheets the night. Everything changed. Finn Carter had just finished checking the back door for the second time when he heard it. A faint metallic scrape beneath the roar of the storm, then a dull thud against the fence. He froze. 12 years in the military had trained his instincts to separate harmless noise from danger. This wasn't the wind. It wasn't debris. It was movement. He grabbed a heavy mag light from the drawer and stepped outside into the downpour. The beam of light sliced through rain and darkness. Something moved near the fence line. Not an animal. A person. She was crawling. Finn's boots splashed across soaked grass as he ran toward her. The light caught a torn police uniform, mud-soaked fabric, and spreading blood diluted by rainwater. Her face was ghost white. Her lips trembled. "Hold on," Finn said, dropping to his knees. Gunshot wound, high abdomen. Severe blood loss. He recognized it instantly. She gripped his shirt with surprising strength. "Please," she whispered, "tell my daughter the truth." Something small and hard pressed into his palm. A USB drive, slick with blood. Kane Logistics, 17B. They'll say I... Her words dissolved into a rattling breath. Finn shouted for her to stay with him. He pressed down on wounds, applied field pressure, barked commands into the night like he was back in a war zone. He dialed 911. The call connected, then died. Static. He tried again. Nothing. The storm swallowed the signal. He carried her to the covered porch and worked frantically. Gauze, duct tape, pressure, compressions. Her badge read, Officer A. Monroe, Riverton PD. At 10:37 p.m., her breathing stopped. Finn continued CPR for 2 more minutes before accepting what he already knew. She was gone. Behind him, the door creaked. "Dad!" Leo stood in the doorway, 8 years old, clutching the stuffed robot his mother had sewn years ago. "Go inside. Now," Finn said sharply. Leo obeyed. Finn covered Monroe's body with a tarp and finally got through to dispatch. They claimed the storm had overwhelmed emergency services. 20 minutes later, police arrived. Too fast for a delayed response. Chief Damon Briggs led them. Silver-haired, polished, revered in town. His smile appeared on charity billboards and community fundraisers. "Mr. Carter," Briggs said smoothly, "I understand you found Officer Monroe." "She crawled into my yard," Finn replied evenly. "I tried to save her." "Did she say anything?" "Just that I should tell her daughter the truth." Briggs studied him carefully. "Did she give you anything?" Finn felt the USB drive hidden in his toolbox inside the workshop. "No." Briggs nodded slowly. They processed the scene with unnatural efficiency. Bagged evidence. Took the body. Scrubbed away blood. When they left, the rain kept falling. Inside, Leo sat wide-eyed at the kitchen table. "Is she dead?" Finn nodded. "Did you try to save her?" "I did everything I could." Leo accepted that. Children still believed effort meant something. After Leo went to bed, Finn retrieved a USB drive. He turned it under the kitchen light. Kane Logistics, 17B. Tell my daughter the truth. And suddenly, something else connected. Earlier that afternoon, while sorting through Vivian's memory box, he'd found a hospital shift receipt from the night she died 4 years ago. Timestamp, 11:45 p.m. But the accident report listed her crash at 11:30 p.m. 15 minutes. Impossible. He had ignored it before. Now he couldn't. The next morning, Finn made a decision. He showed Leo the USB. "I need your help," Finn said seriously. Leo's eyes lit up. "Mission? Mission." Within 20 minutes, Leo had uncovered hidden data buried inside image files using a steganography scanner he'd learned at Robotics Club. What they found froze Finn's blood. Financial ledgers labeled Community Charity Fund that routed money to funeral homes, crematoriums, ambulance services. Dispatch recordings ordering officers to disable body cameras near specific locations. Video fragments from patrol units approaching Building 17B. Then cameras shutting off. Medical transport logs showing ambulance routes overlapping with unexplained deaths, including the night Vivian died. 3 ambulances ran the same route near her accident site, logged as medical supply transfers. Finn's vision tunneled. For years, he had accepted the official story. Single vehicle accident. Rainy night. Tragic. Now he was staring at something else. Vivian had worked night shift in the hospital. What if she'd seen something, questioned something, and paid for it? Dad! Leo's voice trembled. What does this mean? It means, Finn said carefully, a brave police officer found something she wasn't supposed to find. And Mom, Finn swallowed. It might mean Mom did too. That afternoon, Lieutenant William Hayes knocked on their door. Not Briggs. Hayes looked tired, haunted. Officer Monroe was investigating irregularities. Hayes said quietly at the kitchen table, unofficially, "Do you believe she was working alone?" Finn asked. Hayes hesitated. No. Finn took a calculated risk. Kane Logistics. 17B. Hayes went still. Where did you hear that? She said it before she died. Hayes scrubbed his face. You need to be careful, he said. There are people in this department who are not what they appear. Like Chief Briggs. Hayes didn't answer. He didn't need to. He left his personal cell number. Call me if you're in danger. Not the station. Me. After he left, Finn made backups. 3 copies. Encrypted upload with dead man trigger. Micro SD hidden inside a hollow wall outlet. Hash codes printed and disguised in Leo's math homework. Then he opened the final file on the USB. An unsent email draft from Officer Astor Monroe. If I'm gone, meet at 17B Thursday, 1:20 a.m. Bring cameras. It was Wednesday. He had 30 hours. That night at dinner, Leo studied him. You have your mission face. Finn smiled faintly. I need to check something tonight. Can I come? No. Leo's jaw tightened. If I'm not back by 6 a.m., call Lieutenant Hayes. Not 9:11. Leo nodded. Suddenly, he looked very small. At 12:45 a.m., Finn parked 3 blocks from Kane Logistics warehouse complex. Building 17B sat in the center. Minimal lighting, predictable camera sweeps. He moved like he had overseas, calculated, patient, silent. He breached the service gate, bypassed the south entrance with a magnet trick, slipped inside. Cold air, rows of pallets, medical supply labels. He cut open a box. Inside, tightly wrapped bricks of white powder. He photographed everything. Further back, routing boards mapping ambulance schedules across 3 counties. This wasn't just drugs. It was distribution through emergency services. Then voices echoed. Finn dropped behind a pallet. Chief Briggs and another man, silver-haired, expensive suit. The Monroe situation is contained, Briggs said. She had a USB drive. The man replied. It's been recovered and destroyed. The single father who found her knows nothing. Finn's jaw clenched. Good, the man said. No records. No witnesses. Understood, Mr. Kane. Oliver Kane. They moved deeper. Finn shifted. His boot clipped a pipe. The clang rang through the warehouse. Briggs froze. Security. Full sweep. Now. Finn ran. Gunshot. Concrete sparks. He burst through an emergency exit and sprinted into the night. 2 vehicles gave chase. On Riverton Bridge, they sideswiped him. He made a choice. Let it spin. Control the crash. The truck smashed into the barrier. Men approached. Finn staggered out and vaulted over the bridge railing. He hit the river 15 feet below. Cold, dark, fast-moving. He let it carry him downstream. By dawn, he washed up on a sandbar. Alive. Bruised ribs. Waterproof camera intact. From a payphone. He called Hayes. They think I'm dead, Finn said. I have evidence. Silence. Then Hayes answered the only question that mattered. I want my daughter to believe I help people. Hayes said, tell me where to meet. Finn wasn't done. There was one more person who deserved the truth. Seraphina Monroe, Officer Monroe's daughter, law student. He called her. I was with your mother when she died, Finn said. She gave me something. There was a long pause. Then Steele entered her voice. Show me. 3 hours later, they met in a secure location Hayes arranged. Seraphina Monroe stood tall, composed, fury sharpened into focus. She watched the warehouse footage without flinching, Briggs and Kane discussing routes. Money. Deaths. When it ended, she spoke calmly. "We can't just give this to the FBI and hope," she said. "Briggs is influence. We go public immediately." "How?" Finn asked. "We destroy what he values most, his reputation." The plan was audacious. Hayes would coordinate with a trusted FBI agent. Serafina would prepare a live broadcast. Finn would infiltrate the police station during shift change. At 9 p.m., Finn entered the garage wearing a borrowed uniform. Hayes had disabled specific cameras. Finn reached the communications hub and plugged in the upload device. Screens across the building flickered, then played. Warehouse footage. Briggs. Kane. Drug shipments hidden in medical pallets. Ambulance routing. Charity fund laundering. In the lobby, civilians stared at the screens. In briefing rooms, officers watched in stunned silence. Outside, Serafina live-streamed. "My mother, Officer Astor Monroe, was killed investigating corruption. You're now seeing why." Inside his office, Briggs looked up, saw himself confessing. He ran. The FBI met him at the exit. When he drew his weapon, he found himself staring down federal rifles. He surrendered. The arrests rippled outward. Oliver Kane, 3 officers, 2 paramedics, a funeral director, a county medical examiner official. And when the FBI searched Briggs' home, they found a file labeled Carter Vivian Incident Report. Finn read it in a federal conference room. Vivian had questioned an ambulance delivery. 12 minutes later, she was dead. "They didn't think they needed subtlety," Finn said hollowly. "They thought they were untouchable," the agent replied. 2 weeks later, Riverton held a memorial for Officer Astor Monroe. Hundreds attended. Hay stood as acting chief. Serafina spoke of courage. Finn stood in the back with Leo. Afterward, Serafina knelt before Leo. "Your dad says you're good with computers." Leo nodded shyly. "My mom would have liked you," she said. "She believed curiosity changes the world." 6 months later, they opened Truth Haven, a center for whistleblowers. Legal protection. Evidence preservation. Finn handled operations. Serafina led legal strategy. Hayes chaired oversight reform. Leo, now 9, gave tours explaining encryption basics to high schoolers. Cases surfaced. Corruption exposed. People learned protection existed. One afternoon, Finn stood before the memorial wall inside Truth Haven. Names carved into stone. Astor Monroe, Vivian Carter, 12 others. Serafina joined him. "My mother used to say truth fears no rain," she said softly. "If it's real, it survives storms." Finn thought about that night. Blood and rain. A dying officer. A USB drive. A choice. Outside, sunlight poured through windows. Leo laughed as he explained data backups to a group of teens. Finn touched Vivian's name on the wall. Then the plaque beneath it. "For those who dare to tell the truth." Simple words. Powerful ones. He turned and walked toward his son. There would always be storms. There would always be people who believed themselves untouchable. But now, there would also be people ready to stand in the rain. And that was enough.